You know, this just breaks my heart. Because I've waited a year for this. Literally a year for this. And it never even occurred to me that I am going to be so screwed by GGG that man. Now, if you watched this channel before, I already foreshadowed it a couple of times. But in the previous league, in Statler's League of Path of Exile, I made my own build. I created a completely new build, and it's an awesome build. It's basically immortal. It can solo the pinnacle bosses. It can level up to 100 with ease, and it's a league starter. It's solo self-fund compatible. It's really cheap. It's really fun to use, and it's just awesome. It's a Hexblast Gladiator. And yes, you can find Hexblast Gladiators on PoE Ninja, but are all mirror tier gladiators, meaning that they are farmed out a mirror's worth of currency, and then use that amount of currency to craft or buy the items for that Hexblast Gladiator. And that's how they work. My build is not that. My build is a league starter. My build is a solo self-fund compatible league starter. So yeah, you can imagine that that's significantly more impressive than just, yeah, if you spend mirrors on any build or any class or any skill, it's going to perform extremely well. Now, my build don't need mirrors. My build can work extremely well from 5 to 10 divines. And from 15 divines, it's going to kill everything in game. So it's an awesome build, and I wanted to do a showcase and everything, and build videos and such. But I thought that, you know what, I'm just going to build up as a league starter, and I'm just going to make a league starter video for it, for the next league, right? Right? And then the patch notes are coming in, and Hexblast was gutted. Hexblast was destroyed. You see, Hexblast, the skill, was working in a way that it had an extremely bad critical chance, extremely high base damage, and extremely high casting speed. You know, the cast speed and the base crit was the penalty for the extreme high base damage, and this is how they balanced it. And, you know, the crit damage can be overworked with Sandstorm Visage, unique item, or just simply stacking a lot of crit chance, or other solutions. There are lots of solutions. Path of Exile is really a sandbox game to solve problems. And, you know, Hexblast, as a skill, had two big problems. The cast speed and the crit chance. And for the cast speed, well, you used mines. That was the workaround. Because that means that the cast speed is overruled by the mine throwing speed and the mine ability. And this way, you could, even if the skill itself has almost a 1 second casting time, that doesn't matter, because if you throw 10 mines a second, that means that you effectively casting the skill 10 times in a second. So yeah, basically it's a different playstyle with different weaknesses and strengths, and essentially you are balancing between these type of things to make the best build for you. That is why it's great, and that is why Hexblast Mines were, it was an archetype in the game. It was a general league starter. It's an extremely popular one at that. Of course, it wasn't the most popular. In the previous league, Lightning Strike was the most popular. 17% of players league started with Lightning Strike. That's insane. 70% of players played with one skill. Now, compared to that, it was 5% Hexblast Mines. It's still decent. It's still, I would say, amongst the top 10 most used skills in the game. So it was an extremely popular build archetype, and rightfully so, because it was really fun, it was really easy to set up, it was extremely powerful. So even if you are a more casual player and not a mirror farmer, magic finder guy, this build was working for you just as well, and it was extremely fun and extremely good. And now, they removed it from the game. Because now with the new patch note, they actually showed us that Hexblast, the skill, is now going to have a cooldown. Now what does that mean? While cast times are overridden by the mines, cooldowns are not. Essentially, by introducing cooldown to the skill, mines cannot be used anymore for it. Yeah, essentially speaking, the Hexblast Mine archetype, because it's not just a simple build, it was a build archetype, is destroyed. That was many different types of this build. There was Charge Stacker Hexblast Mine, there was Hexblast Mine Witch, Hexblast Mine Trickster, there was Hexblast Mine with Rakalash, there was Hexblast Mines with health stacking, with the Dissolution of Flesh, there was Hexblast Mines with shield stacking, energy shield stacking, intelligence stacking, mana stacking. Yeah, it was an archetype, so around this skill there was, I would say, tens or even more builds built around it. Lots of people used it, it was extremely fun, it was extremely good and extremely powerful. And now, all of these what I just listed myself and all of these what is in this archetype are now destroyed. It's not in the game anymore. Yeah, and I do believe that it's a shame. And not just because I wanted to show the world my build, how insanely good it was. I had the best time since I played Path of Exile with this build. It was the best build I ever played with, and I especially was proud of it because it was a League starter or a Soul Self-Found compatible, you know, and insanely powerful and insanely tanky. And it's just not many builds can do that, you know? And the fact that I made one, I came up with it, and I created it and played with it, and I tried it out on, in real life, and it worked. You know, it's just an awesome feeling, and I wanted to show to the world, I wanted to show to every Path of Exile player my build, my child, you know, and they removed the skill from the game. Fuck. So I guess I'm just going to record some footage from that build to show off that what it was and how it worked, and maybe if somebody is interested, I can talk about it. You know, I have hundreds of spreadsheets, you know, calculating the damage and such. I had hundreds of different variations which I tried out in real life to make the most optimal one. I actually self-crafted the gear in solo self-found conditions for myself to show it off. So right now on the League, I have equipped specific items which are these self-made gears and such, but also there are other versions which are significantly more powerful, but you know, that's not solo self-found compatible. And yeah, you know, I just can list these to show you everything, but it's completely worthless because you cannot play with it. It's removed from the game. This skill is not going to work anymore. But it was so much fun. So yeah, I guess just make the footage. You know, the skill is still going to working at least for a week. So I'm just going to record some gameplay and such with it. Maybe some narration that how it worked and such to, you know, just archive it essentially. Just I want to save it to show people that, yeah, it actually existed, I'm not lying, I actually made that. And, you know,